Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Shandy here. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe as always. Something a little bit different for you here. I recently stumbled across the news that there are whispers of Titanfall 3 being in development. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to have a little conversation about Titanfall 2, which you can see the gameplay to here, and go over a few bits about the game and why I've enjoyed it so much over the past 3 years or so, despite the fact that you guys haven't seen any footage. I have played a lot of it before I started uploading YouTube videos. I am off, so there is no script here, so I'm just going to have a chat with you guys about the game and try and do it in the time that it takes to get a match done on Titanfall. This is an attrition match, and it's actually slightly less than that. You may have clocked at the beginning I jumped into a game, got thrown into a lobby game that had already just started, but not long. So, what is Titanfall? Well, it's a game made by Respawn, who basically made many of our favourite Call of Duty games back in the day. I'm sure they were responsible for Modern Warfare 2 and a few others that we particularly like. The mechanics are as sharp as you will find in any first-person shooter. I have played Warzone, obviously. I've played Doom. I have played Destiny. I've played multiple different first-person shooters, and not once have I found one that is as good as this. So even when you are a pilot on the floor, not in charge or control more to the point of a Titan, as we see ourselves in one here, and we see a pilot down there, a fellow online player, and grab a kill there. It's so sharp, the combat. It is so good. The guns feel weighty, they feel realistic. I say realistic like I've shot a fucking gun, but they feel like they've got something behind them. It's incredibly sharp. Once you get good, you can be incredibly accurate, incredibly fast, which I can't really explain to you just how good the gunplay is until you give it a go yourself. It really is Destiny, Call of Duty level. It's better in my view, as mentioned. And not only that, but as we can see here, every now and then we get a drop of a Titan. Now this is obviously online. There is a campaign mode in which you go through a story with a friendly Titan, BT. It's a very, very good story. It's not the longest in the world, but if you are interested in quite a cool little story for the campaign, it does provoke a few emotions. It's intriguing. It leaves you wanting more and another story. They've done a really good job. As I say, not particularly long, but it is a really good job of doing the story. But let's be fair, the fun once that's over really is to be found in online lobbies, and as you can see, I'm in attrition here. It's the easiest lobby to get into. I find it's the easiest mode to sort of play, and essentially it's just a lot of fun. The movement is a lot of fun in terms of being able to wall run, move at pace. There's lots of different abilities that you can use, which we'll go into in a little bit more depth shortly, but it's just the pace of the game. It's just perfect. It's really, really good. And then you get this opportunity to jump out of the high-paced game of being a pilot on the floor and jump into your Titan, and you're now just a big fuck-off wrecking ball with a big fuck-off gun and different abilities. As you can see here, a pilot is jumping on my hull to try and take a battery. I release some electric smoke, kill the pilot. So there's so many different builds of pilot that you can invest in, and there's several different types of Titan as well. I think from memory there's 6 different types of Titan. Probably should have done my research and listed them before I started this video, but they've all got their own unique traits. I think we'll talk more about Titanfall 3 in a couple of minutes or so, but one thing that I would like to see added is a little bit more customization with the Titans. Not in terms of the aesthetics, that's pretty good already, but in terms of building your own Titan. You can do it to a degree at the moment. There's different abilities and different things that you can choose, within your Titan's build, but I'd like to see maybe a game where you can build your own chassis to start with and then put your own guns, and the heavier the guns, the weightier you are, longer cooldown times or less mobile, and you're trying to build a Titan to suit the way that you like to play. That would be a real lot of fun going into Titanfall 3. But just before we talk about that, as we just sweep up a few more pilots dominating the game here, this is particularly good. This is what I do like about Titanfall. I hadn't played it for some time. I came back into it, and the first 3 or 4 games I got absolutely dicked on by everybody. Really struggled. But once I got back into the sort of swing of things and found my muscle memory again of playing the game, you can have a lot of fun. It looks, I'm doing pretty well here, but then you can jump from this game and go into the next one in a different lobby, and there can be higher level players and you can struggle. So you just never know what you're going to get from one game to the next. You can go through phases of being the best player and MVP and whatnot, and then you can go through phases where you can't do anything and you're at the bottom every time, and everything in between, and go from one extreme to the other, one match to the next. So there's always something new. They could have had more maps, I believe. There is different maps in different modes. As we can see, an animation theme there of us destroying a Titan and a pilot with an execution, and jumping out to grab ourselves a battery, as someone also drops a battery into the top of the Titan. So a double whammy there. Lovely stuff. This is a really good run, and you can see they're gunning for me now. But yeah, in terms of the abilities, you can switch into an alternate reality for a few seconds. The reasons that you can do that are explained in the campaign. That's really quite a good part of the game as well. Very unique in terms of your ability to jump from one reality to another in one particular mission. And you can pick that ability for your pilot. There's all sorts of other things that you can do. You can obviously have shields, you can have radars, you can have radar jammers, different types of ordnance in terms of smoke or fire stars, gravity stars. So there really is a good way you can build your own sort of Titan. You can build your own pilot to a degree, but what I'd like to see in Titanfall 3 is them really double down on those aspects, so you can really sort of create a pilot and a Titan in your image and level them up to get to where you want to be and play in a style that you want to play. There's invisibility cloaks and things as well that you can use, and grapples where you can grapple people towards you or onto walls to get into high places. As you can see, we just use our ability to switch realities for a moment to get ourselves out of a little bit of trouble and reposition ourselves. And there is some teamwork involved. As you can see here, if you do find yourself out on your own, you can be in a bit of trouble. But if you kind of stick together and work as a team, as Titans and pilots, with flushing enemies out, flanking them as pilots where you've got the extra mobility, etc. Whilst Titans are keeping them busy, you can jump on Titans and pull out their batteries or chuck grenades in there. As I mentioned, there are anti-Titan weapons which you'd have seen me fire at the beginning of the video as well, just before the Titan came back and wiped me out in response. And towards the end of the game, you can see that some more AIs are dropped in the form of Reapers and Stalkers, etc. So there's a lot going on, and it's really fast paced. It's really a lot of fun. Respawn done a fantastic job with this game. They said they were going to leave it there, but there is now rumours of Titanfall 3. So as mentioned, what I'd like to see is maybe a few more abilities for the pilots. There's a very wide selection of different types of gun already, and I tend to find the ones that you can use without aiming are the best, because aiming does take a little bit of time, although there is an ability to quick scope even quicker, which will help if that's a problem. So there's just all sorts going on. I'd just like to see them double down on the amount of abilities that you've got and the different ways that you can play. Maybe add some more maps, build your own Titan, build your own pilot, and just double down on the gameplay. As I say, it is a real lot of fun. Maybe there's also a stim pack where you can run faster if the game isn't quick enough for you already. When you're wall running, you really do already move at speed, never mind with a stim pack. Honestly, it's like being in a Formula 1 car. It's so fucking quick, but a lot of fun. And if you find yourself wall running and shooting, one arm shooting another pilot who's in mid-air as they grapple in from one place to another, it's just so intense and so much fun. As you can see here, you've got different types of shields as well, where you can fire them back at the opponents when you're in the Titan. As we take yet another one out, and you can see where you get to 650, that will be our victory. As the pilot that we try and smash is using the ability to switch, and they're all piled up here for me, and there's a nice easy few kills, and we get a nice level up as well. So yeah, let's hope we do maybe stumble upon some more news by Titanfall 3. I really do hope it is in development, because I've had so much fun with Titanfall 2. Honestly, I haven't put anything online, because most of the time that I was playing, it was before I was on YouTube, before COVID and all that sort of stuff. I was too busy to sort of do this sort of stuff. But now that I do have a bit of extra time on my hands, I'm playing it again and just remembering just how much fun I had. In fact, when I finish this video, I'm going to go and have a game now, people. In fact, it's that good. I suggest you do the same. You can find it cheap. If you've got it somewhere in your library and you've not tried it, for the love of God, give it a go. But thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much for your time once again, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.